So this game was actually the second game of a back-to-back I did, and the first game I played in was for a team that I was just like asked to play with last minute, and they're actually in the division above us in this league, and it was so much faster. It was great. I really liked it. I wish like we were, well, okay, if we went in that division, we'd get absolutely spanked, but it was a lot of fun playing in that division. I kind of wish that's where we were at. But it was kind of a challenge going from that to this, just because the speed of everything was like a lot different. So yeah, but this game we haven't played this team before, and we don't really know what to expect. We know one of the guys on the team. He's a brother of one of the guys on my team, and he actually played for us before. And now that we're in the same league, he went back to, like, he plays for his original team. So kind of interesting, like that we've heard some things of how good they are, but obviously you don't know until you play them. So here it is. So if you're buying hockey equipment and you want to support the channel, check out the links in the description. In the US, check out links to Pure Hockey. In Canada, check out the links to Hockey Supremacy. If you click those links and make a purchase, I get a kickback from the sale. So anything that comes back from that comes right back into the channel, so I can make more content and doing like real reviews and stuff. I got buy gear to do a lot of the tests for it, so that costs money and it would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel without buying anything, check out links in the description to Patreon, buy me a coffee. Everything through there comes again back into the channel, so I can make more content and doing real reviews.
Y'all ready for this?
Overall, I thought it was a pretty solid game. First goal, I tried to block, like I played the post so he couldn't jam it in and couldn't like bank it in or anything. And like playing that short side. And then if he tried to wrap, I could move over, but then he just passed out front. There's two guys there. I thought I got a lot, like my stick on it. I was using my stick to try to block that pass. And then I think it just, the guy swung, it hit his stick, went right to a guy wide open in front who put it in. It hit like the top of my blocker and went in. So kind of sucks. I like, again, wouldn't have really done much differently there. I just missed the pass. And you kind of have to play the guy who tries to jam it in close anyway. So ideally I would have been like not overlapping the post and honestly on the inside of the post, and it probably would have played out a lot better, but that's just kind of how it ended up, unfortunately. And then the second goal is all my fault. I still don't know how that went in. I thought this was right against my pant and wasn't gonna go anywhere. These pants are like the NHL spec pants where they can't have flat sides. So the whole pant leg has to be rounded. And I pointed this out when I did a video on like the new spec pants versus the old spec pants. Old spec would have probably stopped this just because they have like a flat piece on the side that kind of blocks things and stops pucks from going here, where the rounded ones kind of pucks can kind of roll off of it and kind of squeeze through, and it's a lot harder to squeeze glove with pant. I'm not saying that the pants are the only reason this went in. I should have just stopped it, but that is the reason of those new NHL pants and the rounded legs, and that's like goals like this happen, and it's easier to kind of, or it's harder for goalies to kind of close that gap between the pant and the glove. And that's just what happened here. I don't know. Again, I don't know how that went in. It shouldn't have gone in. So for gear, I want to use the JRZ set because this was like, this ice is pretty bad. And the JRZ set is weave. And I wanted to test bad ice weave versus I have a pair of pads that have weave as well, but they have plastic wrap on them, 3M V-Vivid wrap. And I want to see the difference in sliding, and it is substantial. These don't slide that well because of how bad the ice is. So that's why I often wear the Warrior pads with the plastic slide plates, because it's way better on crappy ice like this. But I like using this gear anyways, and I want to kind of just wear it again and try the sliding out on it again. And another reason I want to wear the JRZ pads with this is I wanted to test them with the Konekt skate to see if they popped the Konekt skates off, and they didn't. I had zero issues whatsoever with them. I've tested the Konekt with every pair of pads I own, and the only one it has issues with is the G6. So that's kind of the conclusion for that, and I'll talk about it when I do a full review of the Konekt, which should be coming relatively soon, depending on how fast I can get to editing it and everything. The one thing you will probably notice, because I kept it in, is this piece came undone when I caught one of the pucks. So I was trying to do something differently with the strapping on this glove to see if I could kind of cover or kind of just like change how things fit on. And so that's how that came off, because I was attempting to do something with this, and just when it like closed and when I caught it and closed, it kind of just went really weird. And yeah, it's not a fault of the glove or anything. It was me just fiddling with stuff and trying really strange strappings that you're not really supposed to do. I haven't had that issue since that happened on here and since I started wearing it like normally and everything. But yeah, I did catch a decent amount of pucks with this one. Not really in this game. The other game before this I did, but unfortunately I didn't have any footage. But yeah, this glove, again, continuing to be really good. So I keep using it, and I'll keep using it and using it and using it. So I'm enjoying my time with it.
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.